Jack Daniels Boxing Trainer Channel, and I got a good piece of information. Actually, it's considered as breaking news insofar as Gervonta Tank Davis, also known by his Muslim name, newly derived that Muslim name, um, Abdul Wahid. Abdul Wahid is Gervonta Davis's Muslim name, and I'm going to do all that I can to incorporate that into um, my speech in regards to his new Muslim name, because I think that would be the appropriate thing to do based on the fact that he's changed his name and he options to be a Muslim. He is stricken the Shahada. So therefore, Muslims, I being a Muslim, must recognize and respect um, Abdul Wahid as a Muslim. With that being said, the breaking news is that Jose Valenzuela and would be considered or is considered as the mandatory for um, Gervonta Davis. So I think that's important to note based on the fact that he doesn't have a fight schedule, and uh, he is allegedly wanting to get back into the ring after the incident that took him out of boxing for a while, which was um, a, a sentence by the courts to incarceration. I believe that was for 90 days, and that's been over, 6 months ago. So, uh, given the fact that he had, and once he was released from custody, he became active back in the gym. So his acclimation back into the gym has taken place. So I'm sure that it shouldn't be that much of a camp whenever he gets back uh, into the ring, right? In reference to, it should be difficult for him to become acclimated back into his training regimen to be um, well enough, good enough to do what he does, right? So that being said, uh, Tank Davis is the WBA super welterweight champion of the world, right? He was um, he was the sanctioning body opted to make him the regular um, WBA champion because he was the wait a minute, let me see, he was the super. He was the regular. He is now the super uh, junior welterweight title. That was junior, junior lightweight champion. That was after Devin Haney dropped all the belts. So one of the belts that was uh, open was the WBA, and because Tank was in the position to get that belt, the sanctioning body WBA gave Gervonta Davis or Abdul Wahid uh, the WBA version of the super belt in that division. And so the stats on Tank, excuse me, Abdul Wahid, the stats on Abdul Wahid is he's 29, he's 5'6", he has a 69-inch arm reach. He's a southpaw, he's the left-hander. He has 29 wins, 27 by knockouts, no loss. He's never been stopped. In my opinion, based on the history that I have with him in viewing him as a boxer, he has came a long ways from where he started from. At first, he was a little shaky when it came to whether he was good enough to maintain a undefeated record. But that was maybe like, I want to say 7 or 8 fights ago. This is in my opinion, right? But I am eager to say that over the course of the time that I first started acknowledging him up till now, he has really elevated his game. He has become pretty strategic, especially as a left-hander, right? In his hand movement, his head movement, and his hand movement, and he also has a nice piece of feet today, to date, right? At first, it was to me, he was a little shaky in all those categories, but now I guess his trainers have got him up to speed in how to plant your feet, how you bob and weave using your head and your hands, especially your jab. He always did have, as far as I was concerned, he always did have a little poking jab to keep you off balance, keep his opponent off balance. But now he's more comfortable with sticking that jab out there, right? So that makes him more effective in getting the job done. And his thing is to knock you out. So he has become a little more effective in his overall boxing skills, in my opinion. His would-be opponent, Jose Valenzuela, is 24. He's 5'8". He has a 70-inch arm reach. He's orthodox, a right-hander. He has 13 wins, 9 by knockout. He has 2 losses, 1 by Chris Colbert. And who was the other? It was Garcia, one of the Garcia guys. Name escapes me, but it was those 2 losses came at the hands of Chris Colbert, and the other one was I'm not sure. I don't want to make a mistake, but it was at Garcia, right? Actually, Garcia knocked him out, and it was a controversial win over when Chris Colbert defeated him. It was controversial. A lot of people thought, as I was one, that Raul, which is Jose Valenzuela, won that fight. So that being said, I want to state that other than Valenzuela, they had been talking about a fight with Devin Haney, but that's just not going to happen. I don't think. I just don't think that fight is ready to be made. Now, who's the culprit of it not being made? I'm not going to go off into that. I'm going to respect that man as a Muslim and keep it moving. That being said, that's all I got for y'all tonight. I got to keep it constant and current. So, you know what to do. Hit the subscription button, like, and share. And don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section. That being said, I'm gone.